Okay, hi, we're back. This is part two. We just discussed the wheat and the barley, and I mentioned that the barley is the first fruits that come from the ground, so it's really symbolic of Messiah. Now, the next one is this is where we really come in and capitalize. This is where we can really take note and put these next 5 to 6 um, foods in our diet as a constant for the next 110 days, which I'll get to that in just a minute. All right, grapes. The grapes are powerful. They are a symbol of joy. And this is what God puts into us as a blessing when we actually partake of the grape and the juice of the grape. It's a blessing. It's an automatic blessing from God to put joy in you, to put calmness in you, to put happiness inside of you when you drink and eat this product. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's the way He's designed us. And so, grapes contain powerful antioxidants known as polyphenols. So, polyphenols are in wine as well as the skin of a red grape. And wine is mentioned so many times in the Bible. It's connected to it symbolizes the blood of the innocent dying for the guilty. And so when we put this in our body, whenever we understand the practicality and the spirituality of what wine does for us, it really it creates in us a healthy and positive outlook on life, and a very healthy body as well. Um, Grapes represent a blessing, and so it literally heals and spiritually brings life to us. I want to read this scripture in Psalms. It says, "You grow grass for cattle, and for people you grow the plants they need." This is us talking to God. "To bring forth bread from the earth, wine that gladdens the human heart, and oil to make faces glow, and food to sustain their strength." That's in Psalms 104, 14 and 15. So God really does put grapes before us in order to bring us joy, and with it a whole bunch of nutritional pluses, especially to do with the heart. And that makes sense. If the heart is happy, then the heart is also healthy. And so He's working in duality in this case. It's good for our arterial sclerosis. It's easy for you to say, but not for me. And diabetes and all kinds of other things that wine actually helps in that regard. We'll go over more of that a little bit later as we talk more about Re-Calibrate 110. Figs is another important product or species from the land. Figs correlate to the vitality of life. It gives you energy. It gives you movement. Whenever you eat a fig, it actually creates wonderful antioxidants in your body and capabilities, and natural antibacterial and antifungal agents in your body. Because oxidation affects almost all body systems, the damage it causes can be linked to major diseases such as cancer and anemia, diabetes, leprosy. I don't know if they still have that today, but apparently there's a form of it. Liver disease, paralysis, skin diseases, ulcers, gastrointestinal tract problems, and urinary tract infections. And all these are connected to not having the components that figs actually give your body. Even digestive issues, the endocrine system, reproductive system, the respiratory system. Figs and fig extracts and fig oils are so good for all of these types of things, building up your immune system with potassium and fiber and other depleted nutrients. Essentially, figs just clean out your gastrointestinal tract. It gives you the vitality and energy you need to feel like you can do something. You can be a witness, that you can go out and live. It gives you a life blessing. It cleans you so that you can actually live and move and have your being. This is the blessing of figs. They came to the Eshcol Valley, and there they cut off a branch bearing one cluster of grapes, which they carried on a pole between the two of them. They also took pomegranates and figs. That's Numbers 13:23, which takes us to pomegranates. Packed with antioxidants again, equal to those in green tea and red wine, same as the red wine. You're going to find that a lot of these foods do the very same thing. And when you put them together, there's synergy involved with these foods, which causes health and causes vitality and causes you to not be so downtrodden with all the junk and poison that we put into our bodies. It's especially loaded with vitamin C and potassium, Pomegranates are also believed to help lower the risk of heart disease and cancer, especially prostate and breast cancer. The fruit is connected to procreating and generating seed. Doesn't that make sense? All that's in a pomegranate are seeds. It's just a hard ball with a crown on top. And what's interesting about pomegranates, it points to the kingdom. It points to the majesty and the glory of God and the seeds that are within His nature. And when we put these seeds inside of us, when God basically says, "Eat this food that I have given you," and as you do, the seeds of the kingdom are planted in you. So could it be that this blessing that comes from God from eating this food actually makes you motivated to go forth and plant seed, the seed of the word, the seed of His coming, the seed of His glory? Here's a scripture from the Song of Solomon, and it's likening the beautiful bride to the pomegranate. It says, "Your lips are like a scarlet thread. Your mouth is lovely. Your cheeks are like a pomegranate split open behind your veil." Isn't that what we have behind this body of who we are, which is our veil? Behind that is really the seeds of God inside of us. And it's broken, it's split, it's coming forth in fruit in our life. Are we planting seeds of the kingdom? That's the question that pomegranates actually puts before you. These seeds can be likened to the seeds of God as He plants His qualities within us, that we may show forth His wonderful character. Okay, then we have olives. Olives and olive oil are foundational and are a basic food necessity. Now listen to this. The antioxidant nutrients in black olives impede oxidation of cholesterol. Wow. You have high cholesterol? Eat some olives. Doesn't make sense because aren't olives full of fat? Yes, but the good fat, thereby helping to prevent heart disease. Olives do contain fat, but it's the healthy monounsaturated kind, which has been found to shrink the risk of arteriosclerosis and increase good cholesterol. In addition to decreasing blood pressure, olives can increase blood flow and help lessen the effects of illness such as asthma through the anti-inflammatory properties. With a high content of vitamin E, olives have been shown to protect skin from ultraviolet radiation. And you know we have this problem when we go out in the sun. And it's just interesting that there's not a lot of skin cancer in Italy. Why? Maybe because of all the olives that they eat. Thus guarding against skin cancer and premature aging. It's also possible that olives may have a special role to play as part of an overall anti-allergenic diet. Olive oil will improve circulation, the ability to breathe, and activate the secretion of bile and pancreatic hormones. This keeps any one part of the digestive tract from having to work too hard and supports the ideal balance of chemicals and populations of microorganisms required for a healthy digestive system. Olives, especially black, are very high in iron. The ability of red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout the body is due to the presence of iron in the blood. So who would have thought? Eat some olives. Get healthy. Also, vitamin A, which is converted into the retinol form, is crucial for healthy eyes. People who have the highest olive consumption eat fewer calories overall and rarely are overweight. Hey, go get me a couple of cans. I want to eat some right now, right? Blood tests show that they have higher levels of serotonin, a so-called satiety hormone that makes us feel full. So you stop eating. If you eat enough olives, you don't want to eat anymore. Black olives are a great source of vitamin E, which has the brilliant ability to neutralize free radicals in body fat, protecting against cancer. Anti-inflammatory nutrients in olives can act as a natural ibuprofen. What a blessing that God has put into this food. And He says if we will eat it, it will be beneficial for us. It will give us all that we need in order to function really in such a way that we have this protection around us. I see it as like a protective field, protecting our skin, protecting our hearts, protecting our eyes. It's very interesting. God has a blessing with these foods